Hello and welcome. My name is Sammy Bucrease. Today I'm going to be doing my case study on Tudor Perini Corporation. Tudor Perini is a result of a merger between Tudor Saliba and Perini Corporation in 2008. They are a construction services company that formed as a result of a multitude of mergers. Tudor Saliba Corporation was established in 1981 following a general partnership of Albert Tudor and Nasib Saliba established in 1972. Perini was originally founded in 1894 by a stonemason named Bonfiglio Perini. His son Lou took control in 1924, followed by his son David in 1972. In 2000, Perini passed control to investor group led by Ron Tudor and Richard Blum of CB Richard Ellis, where Ron Tudor became the CEO of Perini. The reason for the merger was to eliminate the risk for Perini being so largely exposed to one segment of the market, as well as to capitalize on the multi-billion-dollar government stimulus package for infrastructure spending. This is a map of some of the geographic locations of Perini. As you can see, they are focused mainly on the west coast, the mid-Atlantic states, and the southeast. They also have operations in Guam, the Middle East, the Philippines, and Micronesia. They are comprised of 3 operating groups with 4,000 salaried employees and anywhere between 12,000 and 25,000 skilled crafts workers depending on the workload at the time. The groups are the building group, which consists of Perini Building Company, James A. Cummings, Rudolph and Sletton, Keaton Building Corporation, Desert Plumbing and Heating, and PowerCo Electric Corp. Their civil group consists of Tudor Perini Corporation, Tudor Saliba Corporation, Cherry Hill Construction, and their management services group consists of Perini Management Services and TPC Guam, also known as Black Construction Corporation. TPC provides general contracting, pre-construction planning, and comprehensive project management services, as well as self-performing services, including excavation, concrete forming and placement, steel erection, electrical and mechanical services, as well as plumbing and HVAC. The building group focuses mainly on hospitality and gaming, transportation, healthcare, biotech, pharmaceutical, industrial, sports and entertainment, education, correctional facilities, high-tech, as well as subcontracting work for electrical, mechanical, plumbing, and HVAC. The civil group focuses mainly on new construction, repair, replacement, and reconstruction of public infrastructure such as highways, bridges, mass transit systems, and wastewater treatment facilities. And the management services group primarily focuses on providing diversified construction and design build services to the U.S. military and government agencies. They do provide defense and reconstruction projects in Iraq and Afghanistan, design and build security upgrades of 27 embassies and consulates, and they are hoping to win a contract of the military expansion from Okinawa, Japan to Guam. Here are a few of their projects under each of the groups. The building group, as you can see on the left, is had the MGM Mirage out of that built City Center in Las Vegas, Nevada. They also have the McCarran International Airport in Las Vegas, Nevada, worth contract value on that one was $1.2 billion, and MGM Mirage City Center was $6.3. The Tappan Zee bridge deck replacement in New York had a contract value of $326 million for the civil group, and they also had a Richmond San Rafael bridge in San Francisco, California, with a contract value of $762 million. The management services group had a project in Iraq with overhead coverage systems, and this contract was worth $477 million. They also had the Global Hawk Maintenance and Operations Complex in Guam with a contract of $43 million. Some of the significant events and acquisitions of the past 10 years for Tudor Perini In 2000, Ron Tudor assumed the position of CEO of Perini Corporation. 2003, they had the acquisition of James A. Cummings, which specializes in schools, municipal buildings, and commercial development. This expanded their presence into the southeastern U.S. In 2005, they acquired Cherry Hill, which specialized in excavation, foundations, paving, and construction of civil infrastructure. This broadens the presence in mid-Atlantic and southeastern U.S. and aligns the company to be a competitor on many large civil projects. In 2005, they also acquired Rudolph and Sletten, which specialize in corporate campuses in healthcare, gaming, biotech, pharmaceutical, industrial, and high-tech on the West Coast. 2007, TPC purchased 100% of the outstanding stock of PowerCo Electric Corp. In 2008, that's when the merger between Tudor-Saliba and Perini occurred. Tudor-Saliba specialized in mass transit, airport, bridge, and wastewater treatment projects on the western U.S. 2008 also had an acquisition of Desert Plumbing and Heating, a mechanical subcontractor specializing in the hotel and gaming market. They also they merged with Black Construction, the largest contractor in Guam. 2009, TPC acquired Keaton Building Corporation, a construction management and design build company with experience in corporate campuses, gaming, hospitality, education, pharmaceutical, and institutional projects. The goodwill for 2009 passed through to 2010 was $602.4 million. It does depend on how much of their backlog they're going to be able to convert to revenue, but it looks like they might have to adjust this number in the near future. Here I've broken down the revenues of TPC by business segment for the past 3 full years. As you can see, the building segment accounts for the highest percentage of revenues for the company. Just to give an indication of the impact that Project City Center had on the company, which is a project that I'll discuss more of later, you can see that that project alone accounted for 38% of total revenues for the company in 2009. So here you can see the building segment had $4.484 billion worth of revenues for the year in 2009. This slide shows the percentage of revenues by client source. By far, private clients account for the majority of their work, but in 2009 we were beginning to see a shift in their source of work, with the amount of work from government agencies doubling and private owners decreasing by 15%. It will be interesting how their numbers will look for 2010 and will be an indication of where this company is heading. Some of their awards and recognitions that they've received: they are the 9th largest contractor on ENR's top 400 contractors list. They're the 2nd largest general building contractor. They are the 2nd largest green contractor. TPC is ranked #1 of hotels, motels, and convention centers, and they received the McGraw-Hill's Best of the Best Award for the Crystals at City Center project. This slide shows the annual revenues from 2007 to present. Because the majority of my research was spent studying the financials from 2007 to 2010, I've broken down the revenues for these years. As you can see, 2008 was quite possibly the best year in the history of the company. There are many factors for that, namely Project City Center and the merger as well of Tudor Perini and of Tudor-Saliba and Perini. Here we have the revenue and profit for the past 10 years. Starting in 2006, we see that revenues nearly doubled from $1,733,477,000 to $3,042,839,000. The reasons for this were twofold. First of all, the acquisition of Rudolph and Sletten, and second of all, an increased volume of work in the hospitality and gaming market as a result of significant new contracts awarded, namely Project City Center.